All right. Welcome, people, to Footy Judge Mo. We're gonna here to do the roundtable of the Premier League, just arguing with each other. Of course, I'm here with a great panel, so make sure to hit that like button. If you just joined us, this is Footy Judge Mo. This is your perfect destination for all the football talk. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new, of course. But I'm gonna here with a great, fantastic panel here. We're gonna discuss Liverpool, Arsenal, who's closer to challenging Man City. Of course, Spurs, have they secured the top four? Chelsea or Manchester United? Who is closer for the recovery? There's 50 people here, so I need to see 50 likes, of course, right away. But we're here. This is going to be amazing. Top of the league, Spurs. Can that continue? I think we're going to argue with the guys. We're going to see what they think. We're going to see what everybody think on the panel. But let me start with the first guy, of course. Let me switch this overlay to get the overlay of the four guys, of course. Here we go. The four guys, of course, that are going to be here. This is Mo is right here with me. You can tell right away we're here. Let me add the background, of course. But the first guy, let me introduce the guy. A lot of Man United content, but also knowledgeable about everything, of course. Make sure to follow his channel. My partner in crime, of course. My Egyptian guy, of course. Of course, on the football terrace. It is the one and only, of course, from Al Ahwa. You know him, of course. It is Taffy TV is here with me, guys. Make sure to welcome him by liking the video and give him all what you think in the chat. Welcome, bro.
Thank you for having me, bro. Thank you for having me. You know, the minute you start talking about top of the table and stuff, I was like, oh, is it time for me to leave? But then you switched to some other stuff. So I was like, all right, I'm at the right place. But listen, man, thank you for having me. Big up to everyone who just joined. Big up to everyone who's watching. And make sure you smash that like button. We don't even have all the guests up yet. So make sure before we get started, I don't know how many people are watching, but everyone watching, make sure you smash that like button. And big up, Mo. Thank you for having me.
100%. The second guy is one of... Listen, he's one of my American guys, a Texan like me, of course. If I can call myself a Texan, I'm Egyptian first. But then Texan seconds. One of the best voices on YouTube, of course. One of the best guys out there to talk about Spurs, to talk about the rest of them, to talk about the Premier League. Backs his club with everything he's got. It's the one and only, the United Spurs of America. Welcome the people. His guests are joining us, of course, to watch him. And maybe he's going to cook us top of the league. Make sure to hit that like button for the one and only Jacob is here with us. Jacob, how are you feeling, my man?
I'm looking, man. I'm sitting at the top of this hill and I'm looking around. I see nobody else. I'm just wondering where they at. Oh, but I know where they at. They lower on the table. But that's okay. How we doing? Mo, thank you so much for the invite. Big up everybody in the chat. Big up my brother Staffy as well. I hope everyone is feeling blessed today. Thank you again for having me. And up the lads, come on, you Spurs. Ainge Postecoglou, we trust you, my Padrino. Keep us at the top of the league forever. It feels too good to come down, my friend. But thanks for having me.
Guys, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button for the video. We're waiting for the final guest to arrive. As I say on the stream, make sure to like the video. Likes go a long way. It's the only way this channel grows. It's the only way we get more people watching us. So come on, people, just hit that like button for me. We have 70 people and we just started 5 minutes in. And it's
70 people. That should be a minimum of 70 likes. And big up to Mix Mitchell, reminding me he was my subscriber 1300. Big up yourself, man.
Ooh.
Make sure you sub to Mo if you haven't yet. I'm assuming you already did. And listen, I'm almost at 1400. I think I'm 20 away. So if anyone wants to be number 1400 and you want to be on the Hall of Fame with Mix Mitchell, make sure you go to Staffy TV right now and subscribe. And make sure you smash that like button.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Monts. Monts is the final guest. He's going to join us when he can. But I think let's get this party started. This is going to be a round table, of course. We'll talk everything Premier League. And listen, since we're here, let's start with one topic and one topic only. It is Spurs. I want to start with Spurs. We were talking about you on the terrace. How do you assess the season so far? How do you assess what happened? Did you expect what happened? Are you surprised like the rest of us, like the rest of the world? And how do you assess it?
Well, I like that we're starting with Spurs because if you go in chronological order, you have to start with Spurs because we're at the very top. So I just want to say that again.
That's why you're going top.
Oh, look at that. I just upgraded. Oh, hang on. I might need to get a jacket. The weather's a little cooler up here. But honestly, my thoughts on the season, look, we've exceeded every expectation thus far that I've had. Such a young squad. When you look at our starting 11, the left side of our back line, as well as our goalkeeper, have all they're not even double-digit appearances in the Premier League, let alone double-digit starts in the Premier League. So the fact that we're firing on these cylinders while not even playing the complete ethos of Ainge ball yet, I think we're off to a hot start. We're obviously like, there's a conversation to be had in regards to like where we think this season's going to go, our aspirations, etc. But for right now, I'm a guy who loves to live in the moment. There's a great book out there if you ever read it called The Power of Now, and it'll teach you how to enjoy things as they come. As a Spurs fan, you have to enjoy the small victories that you get. And right now, I understand that it's 8 matches in. We are top of the league. I'm going to enjoy it. I have 2 weeks to enjoy this until we're back to reality. And then, hey, who knows what's going to happen? But for now, why shouldn't I enjoy this? I know everyone who's not a Spurs fan in the chat, they're going to be telling, oh, you shouldn't enjoy this. Oh, you're getting ahead of yourself. Martin, come on, Jacob, title chart. Hey, I was just on my channel. Shout out Hotspur Hippie, Paul Beatty, my boy. We were talking. And there are Spurs fans that believe that the title challenge is on. I want to believe it. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We love to get ahead of ourselves. I'm a guy I'm not worried about Fulham next week. I'm just worried about today. And right now, nothing's changing. We are top of the league. So I'm enjoying it. But to answer the question in a more direct manner and not such a roundabout way, I'm going to say that we've exceeded all expectations I've had thus far. But again, at the end of the season is when I will judge if we exceeded my expectations in totality. I didn't think we would be firing this quickly. I didn't think we would be such a different side so quickly. But Ainge Postecoglou had, I think, like 11 training sessions before he took these group of guys on preseason tour, and we were already completely different from the first preseason game. So my expectations I try to keep them the same, but my hopes have been elevated every single match because whether we drew or whether we won, the one thing you can't say we have done is loss. We have not lost yet. So,
yeah, amazing. You have not lost. Unbeaten Spurs. By the way, they drew the game in the cup before they lose. So, listen, people.
We haven't lost in 90 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, there's over 75 of you here. So hit that. Get us to at least to 50 likes at least. Actually, get us to the amount of likes that you have. Everybody watching now, just hit that like button underneath your live chat. You know the rule. You come into the stream, you hit that like button, of course, and make sure to check the channels of the guys in the description. United Spurs of America and Staffy TV in the description. There is a link. You just click on it, and it takes you to the channel. Go subscribe and come back if you have not. Listen, Staffy, Spurs looking good. They're looking like how Man United should be. Is that fair to say that?
I can only dream to play that good of football, at this point in time that we're in. So yes, we should, but we're not. Is that the question though? Do you want me to unpack that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was gonna follow up with something. I was like, let me make sure I don't cut him off. Yeah, 100%. Listen, man, I said it on the top 6 today. I know, Jacob, you were not there, but I had
shout out Patty. He held it down.
Yeah, Patrick was there. He held it down. And listen, I helped out a little bit, with the Arsenal agenda. We're used to Mo agenda, but there's also Egal agenda, and Egal agenda against, Spurs needed to be called out. Even Mo felt bad, and he was like, why are we calling him out when he's not even here? I'm like, do you not see how he acts on Twitter with his blue tick? As long as that blue tick is there, Egal's mouth is open, pause. So we got to always attack him, He just always be talking too much. And I was like, listen, man, the talks about them being imposters and all this and all that, shout out to Hassan also being a hater against Spurs. But I said, listen, they're playing good football.
Why is everybody hates credit? I don't get that. I'm looking from outside. And actually, guys in the chat, let me know, why do people hate Spurs?
I'll tell you why, Mo.
They never win trophies.
Let me tell you why.
They're like the guy who comes scratch your back every time.
I have a very easy answer, Mo. Wallahi, it's so simple. When you're used to picking on someone, like let's say your little brother or someone at school, and he's just like always so small, so tiny. You're like a few years older than him, so you always pick on him. You pick on him. It's so easy. And then one day you see him after a while, and he's all grown now. You can't pick on him easily. You can't just pick him up and put him upside down in the garbage can anymore. You can't give him them wedgies, and you're kind of hating now that he's growing to become the man that he's meant to be. And I feel like this is what people are doing with Spurs. If you're a rival, I understand it. If you're an Arsenal fan, you're not meant to like Spurs, and I get it. You can give them their flowers in a footballing sense, but at the same time, you can still be rivals. But when you're not a rival and you're just trying to say they're imposters, they shouldn't be there, this and that, that's just to me is pure hate because they are growing as a footballing team. The manager's doing the right things, the club is recruiting the right players, and they're looking good. But now people can't say they're Spursy. When they're not bottling leads anymore, they can't say, oh, they're Spursy. They miss these things. So they're like, oh, I miss picking on them, but because now they're good. But someone like me, listen, I'm not a rival. I appreciate a good footballing team when I see one. Unless you're Liverpool, I have no good words for you. But when I see someone doing well, I got to give them their flowers. And Ange Postecoglou has been amazing, in my opinion, the first 8 games. Yes, there was some moments where they didn't look that good. But 6 wins, 2 draws, sitting on top of the league. Are they going to win the league? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying at all. But they've done really well, and they deserve credit for that. The recruitment this summer has been well in terms of the manager and the players. The implication of the tactics have been well. I've seen them play well more than they played bad at moments. So there's no reason for me to sit here and hate on them. They deserve to be where they are right now. Let's just see how far they're going to go in the season playing this way until they get found out because, as I said to Jacob before, I think it was before the Arsenal game, at some point, new managers with new teams, they go through a rough patch. They started getting found out. People are going to get used to the way they play. So they're going to have more of a sample size to use against them and how to stop them. And we'll see at that time when that happens.
Guys,
going to respond.
Let's welcome the people from This Is Football from Hossam's channel. They were watching Hossam and Tom Little. I was watching the great show. But guys, welcome everybody to the stream. Make sure to hit that like button. Now we got like the 160 people. Welcome everyone from Hossam's stream. This is going to be an epic stream as well. So hit that like button. Get us to 100 likes right away. Thank you everybody for watching us. And stuff you're talking about Spurs like with a lot of passion, but I hit that like button like he likes what you see. When you talk about your
Jacob paid me. If anyone thinks
when you talk
hey,
about,
bro, you said you weren't going to say nothing.
No, hold on. You talk about you talk with your friends about your friend's girl. You know what I mean? Like you're sitting with your homies, and then you got your friend who has like a really hot girl. Like his girlfriend, and then that guy is not there, and you're sitting and then you keep telling them she's very good looking, and look at her. Oh my God. I wish I can. She's pretty, ain't she? Am I allowed to am I allowed to do anything if he breaks up with her? Yeah, but you know what? He's my friend and everything. But she's very good looking, bro.
See, that's how you're looking at it.
This is exactly how Staffy has been like doing this.
This is how
he knows the bro code. Staffy knows the bro code.
No. You know what it
is?
This
is not your girl, bro.
No, this is what I did.
Your girl is shit.
Mojenda. This is Mojenda speaking. This is the difference, though. This is Staffy. If I walked into Jacob's house, I'm not looking at Jacob's girl. I'm looking at Jacob's house. I'm going to be like, you know what? That's a really nice house, Jacob. I want to have a house like that. I'm not looking at this girl. That's the bro code. But the house, I can aspire to have a house like his. I'm going to be like, yo, Jacob, how'd you build that house? And if he tells me, listen, I went to Home Depot. I picked up some Ange Postecoglou with a bunch of Madison and Bissouma and a little bit of everything. I'm gonna just note that down. Like, you know what? I need to buy this house because I want my house to look this good. I can build a house like that, So you can sit here and do your agenda thing. I'm just complimenting the way they built that team, and they deserve credit for it. Also, I like to piss off Arsenal fans, so they can hold that.
What's the aim here? What's the target? When can we say Spurs are in a title race? When?
January. If we're within shouting distance, if we're hanging around top 3, 6 points within Manchester City in January, then I'm going to be ridiculous. Everyone will be so tired of seeing my face, banging my chest. They'll be way worse than I am now. This is international break, October. I'm enjoying it, but I'm not going over the top. Look, we've had a great beginning to the season. We all know how much we are lacking depth at Tottenham Hotspur. No Spurs fan is going into the match thinking if James Maddison goes down, we'll be fine. If Bissouma, Udogie, Van de Ven, Romero, Son, if these players go down, we'll be fine. No, we all know we're 1 injury away from seeing Ben Davies, 2 injuries away from seeing Ben Davies and Eric Dyer start in the same team again. We are 3 injuries away from seeing Giovanni Lo Celso, Ben Davies, and Eric Dyer, and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg or Oliver Skip starting. So we're not in a great position as far as you look at our depth.
Can I interject here?
Of course you can.
Arsenal last year, they went all the way to the end with a very thin squad as well. It's based on that. So you're telling me that if you don't get injuries, you're good to go.
Bro, if we don't get if you could guarantee me that this starting 11 is wrapped in, but if you could hypothetically, if you could say that this team will not get any injuries, I'll say this starting 11 can compete with anybody's starting 11. We've shown that. Title contenders, we've handled both of them. The two that we've faced thus far. So the thing is, we can only take the tests that are in front of us and on our table. So people saying, "Oh, you've beaten 4 teams that are in the bottom 4 positions," and 3 of those were away. And if you look at the return fixtures of the 3 clubs that got relegated, we dropped points versus Leicester last year. We dropped points versus Southampton as well. We lost versus Southampton. That's 2 relegated sides that beat us last season. This season, the two teams that are on the 3 away fixtures on the bottom part of the table, we've gotten the points out of those. So when I look at the fixtures that we've gotten results in this year as opposed to last year, of course my hopes are so much higher. The style and the manner in which we were top of the league at one point with Antonio Conte, we were top of the league at one point with Jose Mourinho. But the style in which we have gone out there and we've faced adversity, we've come out on top. We've faced players getting sent off. We've faced big clubs. We've had games where we just kept applying pressure and hoping that the best result came out. Shout out Joel Matip for such a banger. That they say that's luck. I'm not having it. It's not luck. It's Ange Postecoglou. You make your own luck in this game. The same thing. As much as I like taking the piss out of Arsenal, look, if Martinelli doesn't shoot it, it doesn't get deflected off homeboy and it doesn't go in the back of the net. So you could say that's luck that they got lucky beating City.
You create your own luck. I said that earlier today, Jacob. I said, listen, you can get lucky, but sometimes you got to create your own luck. And if you don't shoot, you don't get lucky. If you don't attack, Matip doesn't.
If Pedro Porro doesn't swing a sizzler of a pass on the ground, Joel Matip doesn't have a banger of a goal to win us the match. Shout out Joel Matip. Thank you very much. I just think, in this sport, people saying luck, that's just an excuse. And that's okay. I'm fine with everyone in the Big 6 saying that we're lucky. You could say that. I know it's not. I know for a fact it's not. I think most Spurs fans would say that we did not get lucky, that we have remained resilient and we are building a mentality monster in this squad. And we have a togetherness that we haven't had in a long time. And so, yes, I'm going to enjoy it. Yes, I'm going to enjoy all of it. You could say we're lucky. You could say we don't deserve this, that, and the other. But the way I see it, hey, you looking up at me right now, aren't you? So
yeah, guys,
talk to me about luck.
170 of you here. So hit that, get us to 100 likes. The like button is underneath your live chat. The like button is how this channel get new subscribers, new views. I'm not asking you for super chats. I'm not asking you for anything. I'm not even monetized. So all I'm asking you is to hit that freaking like button. The like button is
absolutely free.
It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. Give me 200
likes. If you hit that like button, Mo hits the algorithm. People see his video. They click on his video. He gets the watch hours. He gets monetized. That's it. How
this is free content for you right here.
Did you see the domino effect, guys? All you got to do is just hit a like button, and you're making Mo's life a lot easier.
The way I say it over on United Spurs of America, I say it's free beer. You're already at the party. Just grab the free beer at the door and bring it on in. What does it do? Cost you nothing. What else does it do? Makes the party that much better. So go ahead and grab your free beer, folks.
You guys are too nice. On Snappy TV, we just call them dweebs. Omar just sits there and he says, "You're a bunch of dweebs. Get the hell out of here." Hit the like.
We're waiting for Monts. He finished his stream. I'm not sure if he's coming or not, but I'm assuming he's coming. So we'll see how it is. Unless something happened and he doesn't.
I mean, we can speak about everything.
No, he's still actually live. Monts is still live. So he's still live. So I think we'll see. We'll wait for him. So let's talk about Manchester United then, since Monts isn't here. No, but I actually want to mix this and I want to get Jacob's opinion. But I want to start with Staffy first. We spoke this morning and we spoke before about Manchester United v Chelsea. Why I'm saying that? Because in the beginning of the season, it was supposed to be Man United in a better place. But looking from outside, it looks like Chelsea, yes, it's only 2 games or 3 games, including the cup. But they are looking like a team that can be a team. Manchester United don't look like a team. You have all the injuries. Chelsea have injuries as well. So both teams are hit with big injuries. Both teams, by the way, spent money. They didn't spend money. You spend money less than them, but also they have a lot of youngsters. Who do you think is going to wake up first? It's not about finishing higher. Who do you think their fans are going to be sitting comfortable? What do you think about that?
In terms of how high we finish in the table?
No, it's not that. No, the question is, who do you think is going to be more comfortable comes December, January? Who do you think the fans are going to be more like sitting like, yeah, I'm not worried. Yes, maybe you're not going to be 4th. You're not going to be 3rd. But who do you think which fan base are going to say, you know what? We're all right. It's going to come good. It's not
That's a
doom
good
and gloom.
question. That's a good question. I think, you know what? I'm trying not to be biased because I do think we have a better team than them. I don't even rate my team that highly, but I do think we have a better team than them. Just mainly because we have more experienced players. We have more players that are kind of in their prime versus them, and they're a bunch of new players and they needed longer to adapt. However, here's the thing with my team, which is why I'm not comfortable. I have seen examples of us tactically getting it right, but the players always down tools. And I don't think they have the mentality to go far. That's just my opinion. Even though I still think we have worse injuries than Chelsea, and we will look better when we get at least one fullback back, when we get a left back, sorry, after the international break. When we get a fullback, and then we move Amrabat consistently into the midfield, Kobe Mano will be ready in 2 weeks as well to start playing in that midfield. I think we're almost complete. I mean, Luke Shaw is still out for a while, but I just need any left back to play so we can use our
How are you
midfielders
complete
in
with
the
you have
midfield.
Marcus Rashford, Bruno, Casemiro? How is that?
No,
The
we are
names.
complete in terms of complete within the squad being available, not complete being a good team.
Oh, okay.
Just talking about the players being back. They still have Nkunku out, James out, but I still always thought they had enough players around to kind of implement what the manager wants to do, which is why I think they started to click before us. That makes more sense because I don't think, yeah, Ahmad Diallo, thank you for Mohamed in the comments. Ahmad Diallo, he's not an essential player. He could be an essential player, but he's not someone who's like that we massively need. He didn't even play for us this season. But you get my point.
Yeah.
I think Chelsea have clicked earlier than us because they still have a more well-rounded team available than us, and the manager had some time to implement his plans with them in the summer and all that. Not saying that Ten Hag didn't, by the way, before when he says anything. But when I look at it and see who's probably going to be sitting a little bit more comfortable, I mean, Chelsea have such a hard run coming up, and I've seen this United team start the season poorly last season, but then go on a run, but then kind of end the season poorly again. And there's a part of me that wants that to happen again. I want to sit here and think, you know what, after the transfer, not the transfer, after the international break, the players are going to start clicking again. We're going to have more depth in the midfield. We're going to have more depth in the back line. We will start to click. But a part of me is worried because I've trusted these players too many times and they've always let me down. When I look at Chelsea, it really depends on this one. It might sound like a boring answer, but they have a killer run coming in. And if they could go into that run and become a much stronger team because that's when they're going to get tested. They're going to get tested by Arsenal and City and Brighton and United and all these teams. If they come out with decent amount of points, you're going to be like, you know what? This team has grown up in this period and now they're ready to do something in the league. Not in terms of contending or anything, but just to have a decent finish at in the top half of the table. Whereas if they don't, then what is that going to do to their mentalities? What if they lose every single one of these games? What if they don't pick up any points against these big teams? Because we've seen United last season only pick up 1 point from the top 9 away from home. So
Yeah,
I've
but they
seen
play at
records like
home.
that.
They play.
No,
They play
I know,
Arsenal
but
at
I'm
home.
saying I know, but I'm just saying that because it might sound like a crazy record, but there you go. I just gave you a crazy United record last season. Yes, it was all away, but it was still a bad record. Chelsea can go through the same thing. So I'm not sure. It's really going to depend on that. There's a part of me that wants to be biased and say United, but I really don't know. I think that Jacob would be the better person
Jacob, how do you
to
see
ask.
that situation? The Man United Chelsea thing. Which team? If you listen at the moment, if you remove your Spurs hat, and I'm asking you to choose a team to back the season, who would you back this season? Who would you think that? But before we do that, guys, there is almost 200 of you here. Can we get at least 250 like? Come on, guys, the like button is very, very important. So come on, Jacob. Which one would you pick?
What club am I picking to support if I'm not a Spurs
Not
supporter?
support. Which club would you put your money on to be in a better place?
Chelsea or United?
Yes, at the moment, looking at them. No, I'm not saying long term, but who do you think is going to look better comes December?
Who do you think looks better, Betty or Betty Boop? I mean, it's the question you could ask, but like it comes down to like personal preferences at this point. I guess if I'm choosing who's gonna finish higher this season, that's a tough one. I think they're both not doing well right now, but Chelsea look to be like they are starting to figure something out. They are starting to actually get goals, so that's a good sign for them. That's the first step in winning a match, is scoring a damn goal. So they're figuring that out. Now my worry for United is, where are their goals coming from? who's going to score their goals. I look at Anthony, I don't see goals. I look at Rashford, I don't see goals. Højlund, I can see goals there, but is he going to get adequate enough service throughout 90 minutes to where he's going to bang goals left and right? I don't know. But what I would say, I just think that if I had to... Before the season, I thought United were going to be pretty good. I was like, look, they're going to have their full offseason with their manager. I said, full time with their manager. I picked Rashford in my fantasy team because I was like, I think he can score some goals.
I picked Onana. I picked this guy, and that guy. And I'm like, this team has to be good now. Second season, right? Like you.
Yeah,
but you should know better that this second season doesn't mean anything.
Better. How do I know better? Like when Ange Postecoglou comes in, hit the ground running, get like someone like Pepe Sarr look like a world beater, and your manager makes Casemiro worse. Onana is worse.
Make Casemiro. No, hold on. Let me say something. Let me say something. The reason I'm saying you should have known, because you should have known basically from at least from preseason, or if you didn't know, I mean, I told you and you just didn't want to listen. I said we're not approaching the season the same way we approached last season. I was sitting here telling you the preseason games I'm watching. I'm like, yo, it looks like he's putting a midfielder in the back line, and he's trying to do this and he's trying to do that. Lissandro's playing like a 6 on the ball, and he's playing center back off the ball, and all this stuff. You can tell all of this. Listen, he never did.
No, he seriously forgot how to play football.
Wallahi, they laughed at me, bro. Wallahi, they laughed at me.
It's not Casemiro's fault. Can I say something about Casemiro? I think he's getting
fault for using incorrectly. I agree with you.
But not just that. Not even just that. Like, yes, it starts at the top and it works its way down. But like, you're gonna make mistakes. Okay? He's gonna turn the ball over at some point. Nobody is perfect. Now, when he turns the ball over and everyone says that goal's his fault, my as a goalkeeper, no, that's Andre Onana's fault. That dude should have got down and saved that.
Here's the thing, Jacob. He gives up these balls too many times every game. Like, he does a mistake or two of these every game. Him and Bruno, every game, they have the highest turnovers. And I'm not scapegoating. People need to understand this is not me scapegoating. I said that he's going to be bad this season. And I said mid-season, we're going to start having a conversation about him being dropped. And I said that in July, bro. Look at us now. We're in October, and people are talking about him being dropped. Bro, Casemiro Low got dropped last game because the manager said, I'm trying to play more football. He knows that he can bring on Eriksen for 45 minutes and he's going to give him more football than Casemiro. And this is not a dig at Casemiro. He's just not that guy. He doesn't do that. People always thought he's that lone 6. He's never been that lone 6. In Madrid, he picked up the ball, gave it to Modric and Kroos, and then he moved up the pitch. He was never behind the ball. This is why he gets all these goals and assists. Last season, he had 14 goals and assists for us. You know why? Because he plays high up the pitch. But this season, not only does he look slower, and he doesn't look good on the build-up, his attacking, his defensive numbers are not that good. I think I posted on my Twitter like last week, he's averaging 28% successful duels. 28%. Last season, he was at 80-something. So he's dropped by about 60%. Do you understand?
My man went to Fabinho's levels, bro, like within one season, bro.
Bro, he aged 5 years over the summer. He came back looking
sluggish. One has the fake passports for sure, 100%.
But if you give up the ball and then win it back, I'll give you that. I'll be like, you know what? At least he's still tracking back.
Real
he's
Madrid,
still winning tackles.
I just fail to believe that you could be arguably the best defensive mid 1 year, and then 2 months later, now you're dog shit. You're the reason why everyone has problems. I look at it. No. You're right. I probably should watch United more before I have an educated opinion on it. But I'm just saying from a rival standpoint, I look at it the same thing with Son. He wins the Golden Boot. The next year he's off, and he's off for months. And everyone said he's done. He's old. He's past it. He lost his pace. He's not the player he once was anymore. And he's not this, that. And they start putting all these labels on him. And then guess what? They're talking differently to Son now. They're talking a lot differently to Son when he starts scoring goals. The thing is, if Casemiro starts playing good, and playing the levels that people know he can do, then I think a lot of this stuff around him starts getting silenced. Now, I don't think he's not the specific problem. Onana is not the specific problem. To me, as a rival, I'm looking at it like Ten Hag is the problem. He can't even get a guy to say.
You really think
he can't even get a guy that they signed for over $60 million to say I'm sorry for saying for whatever that.
That's something else,
bro. I know, but you're a manager. Your job is to fucking get these people. Sorry, Mo. You're not monetized, so actually I can say that. But
I think your job. If they're monetized, I don't think that matters.
Bro, I dropped 4 F-bombs in the first 10 minutes of today's stream, and I didn't get limited ad monetized. So
it's all right. Like
I just try to be more respectful. There's other words I could use to emphasize things. It's just me being lazy with my word selection. But as a guy, the manager, it's your job to go out there and get a tune out of these people. Look, the system didn't work for Son last season. We saw that. And the role in which he was being asked to play, it didn't work. But you know what? A new system, a new way. It's working for him as a left winger. Even before he was getting the goals and assists, he set up, I think, 4 key passes for Richarlison. That if that was Kane, he has 4 assists as well as a left winger. So it's not even just the fact that he got moved to a 9 and now he's a different player. He's the same dude. Casemiro to me is the same dude he's always been. He's just not, like you said, not being used right. I think the pieces around him, you look at, I'm just comparing to what I know, which is Spurs. So when I look at Romero last season, he had a great first season with us. Everyone's like, wow, we really got a gem on our hands here. And then he has a down year. We give record amount of goals conceded, and he's committing a lot of crazy fouls, and people saying he's a bozo, he's rash. We need to look at upgrading his position. Now he's vice captain, nearly perfect throughout the season, and all the things that people were saying he was. Actually, if you look at the stats, there's no one else who has more successful tackles than him, percentage-wise. And then Basuma's number 3. So when people say and they put players in a box and they say this is what he can and can't do, I have a problem with that. And so when people say, oh, it's Casemiro, he's doing this, he's doing that, to me, that's an excuse. That's the easy excuse. Just like an easy excuse, someone saying, oh, Spurs are lucky, that's why they're top of the league.
You know why it's not an excuse, Jacob? Because I said it before it happened. That's why. And Mo would tell you that. I've said that on so many shows with him.
You literally, Staffy, game week 4, he said the downfall.
No, I said it after the preseason game. When we lost the preseason game, bro, I'm not even kidding you. I'll send it to you guys. I said it after we lost to
I trust you.
Madrid,
I trust you.
Either Madrid or Dortmund. And I said this midfield's not going to work. And then game week 2, when we lost to you guys, that's when I went off. And I was like, I told you guys this won't work. And you made fun of me and you said it's only preseason, relax. I was like, now that it's official games, you see what I'm talking about. And this is why when people come to me specifically with this argument, I'm like, I hear you, but if you know me, and Mo knows I've said this so many times, I've said it before a ball was kicked. So the fact that I said it before a ball was kicked and then it happened, people can't come with that argument to me. Because I know the player Casemiro is, and I know the midfield that we have around him. And by the way, this is not just slander at Casemiro. You can argue if Casemiro had 2 better midfielders around him, they could cover up for his deficiencies. But it's a matter of like, who are we going to cover up here? Because when I spoke about Mount, they told me don't scapegoat him already. When I talked about Bruno, they said he's the main creator in the league. Sorry, the number 1 creator in the league. Don't talk about him. So I got to talk about someone. If the midfield's not looking good, someone has to be talked about. So they can just pick and choose who I want to talk about, and I'll talk about him. But I did call this out, and I did say it won't be, by the way, it won't be really his fault. However, he showed me after I said that he's actually slowed down. Like, you could just tell that he slowed down. So I blame the manager and I blame him. And listen, bro, the proof is in the pudding, bro. The minute he got benched last game, we kept the ball a little bit better. Because when you have 2 grenade launchers like him and Bruno, and yes, I did say I must start using this grenade launcher thing because these guys don't keep the ball for more than 3 seconds. They get it, it's like right away.
Why is he playing right wing for y'all?
Who?
Bruno.
I mean, we used him right wing for a couple games when we didn't have any right wing.
When has he ever showed an ability to take the ball and take a man on with his dribble? I've never.
He doesn't have that, but that's not actually how we played because we kept so much possession. He didn't actually have to like be a man or do anything like that. Okay. All he had to do was when he gets the ball, just make sure you're.
It's to lump it forward. This is what he does. Bruno Fernandes gets the ball, look up, and he just launches the ball to the furthest man he can see.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a grenade launcher, bro. Hold the ball, bro. Yeah. The ball is not a grenade, bro. Don't worry.
Listen, they made the terrible mistake by making him a captain. Absolutely terrible mistake by making 100%. A captain. The guy is playing out of his ass. Yes, he creates some chances, but also he doesn't help how the team's playing. I think it's not only on Erik ten Hag, it's on the whole thing. But I'm here. I'm a fan, and I look around and I see the manager. And I said it last year when Liverpool weren't playing good. I would look at the manager. If 1 or 2 players aren't playing great, right? I'm gonna look at the players. But if the whole team is not playing good, I think this is something that we have to look at the manager, as Jacob said. And maybe it's the whole system, though. Maybe it's the whole environment around the team. The team is absolutely, they look atrocious. Some of the players, their confidence is so low that they can't even play, that they forgot how they play football. So they forgot. Amrabat, in the first game, he started to do well. By the 3rd game or the 2nd game, he looks bad already. He looks like someone who doesn't have confidence already. And I'm like, this has to be something.
That was the second game for him in left back, and he did a job versus Palace the first game when they didn't really attack as much.
Oh my God.
When you saw in Galatasaray, he started getting ran at a lot by the winger, and he has to actually defend it in positions that he's not used to. You're used to being in the midfield. You're not really used to people running at you, trying to dribble you on
Yes.
the line.
So
and
your
all that.
manager actually put him there. So he
But
fucked up.
I get it. But he had no one else.
No, he
And
could have
that's why-
started the. I'm sorry. See, that's on you because he could have started the same people that started against Brentford. He could have. He chose not to. It's a
Who did we start
choice.
again against Brentford?
Evans.
No. But you know what it is, Mo. He wouldn't have done that unless he saw that in Galatasaray it didn't work. So that might have been a blessing in disguise. Because when he saw it didn't work, he's like, you know what? Now I need to switch, and now I actually need Amrabat more than ever in the midfield.
Yeah,
And that's
but
what he
listen,
did.
welcome to the people from Big Six Bands, of course, from Monts stream. Welcome everybody that is here. Make sure to hit, guys. We have over 200 people here, so hit that like button for us. Get us at least to 150 likes. Come on, people. It's easy to hit that like button for us. We got over 200 people here, and you haven't even hit that like button. It's how we get new viewers. This is not even monetized. I'm not asking you for super chats. I'm just asking you for the free freaking like thing. You just hit that like. And finally, he arrived. The guy from Big Six Bands, of course, he just had a good stream with Kopic on there discussing Liverpool, of course. They said we're victims, of course, like everybody else. We're the victims, of course. The world is against us. But he's here with us, Monts. People have been asking about him, and he's here with us. Welcome, bro. Welcome to the channel with this American panel. But yeah, we're just discussing Man United, but welcome you. How are you doing, man?
Welcome
good,
to
man.
Yank Talk. That's what it is. It's Yank
Why
Talk.
would people be asking for little old me? I'm just an innocent Liverpool fan. Come on, guys.
They just
I'm
want to see you and say hi, like me.
Thank you, guys. Listen, thank you for make sure you go some like and subscribe to everyone on this channel. Thank you for having me, and let's just talk some ball, man. Obviously, I'm here. Obviously, we've come over from Big Six Bands with the raid as well, so make sure you like and subscribe. Get Mo to 1 point. Well, what are we on right now? What are we
Yeah,
on?
we're almost 1.3. Just
Yeah, let's get Mo to 1.
Bro, I see 1.31. You're over
I
1.3.
already?
Yeah.
I actually didn't. No.
Yeah, you over 1.3. The next target is 1.5. If
I'm not. Yeah, I was just 1.25, like just in a bit. Anyway, Alhamdulillah. Yeah. But anyway, guys, Tariq Lamptey, he hates that. He hates that. Anyway,
No, I don't mind it. I don't actually mind it. I don't mind.
but listen, I want to get you involved because I want to move to the last, like the last part, which is Liverpool or Arsenal. But first, listen, we're discussing Man United in a little bit of details, but also I wanted to get you. I'll ask you this question: if you remove your Liverpool hat now, and you're looking at Man United and Chelsea, and I'm telling you to pick a team to support until January, December, which team would you think you want to be in the fan base at January or comes January and December? Which team is more stable? Which team is looking better now for you?
Chelsea.
Why is that?
Because Chelsea have a style of play. I can look at Chelsea and go, right, young players, inexperienced, some are unexperienced, and you can see what they're trying to do, but it's not quite coming off at the moment. Do I enjoy laughing at them? Absolutely. Do I hate Chelsea? Absolutely. I hate United as well, but don't get me wrong, I hate Chelsea and I want them to fail in every single way. But I'm not going to sit here and say that, I'm not going to sit here and lie about what they do have quality in their team, and I feel like their long-term plan, financially, they're always going to have the money. Not saying Manchester United aren't financially going to have the money, because they do spend excessively at times, well, most of the time. But I'm looking at Chelsea's squad and their style of play and an identity of football, and they actually have that. And Poch, for me, is looking a lot more able now, anyways, than Ten Hag is looking. I look at United and I go, it's looking. I used to call Chelsea the graveyard club for signings. I'm looking at Man United right now, and I can only pick up Rasmus Højlund as someone who's actually turning some heads and going.
Hold on, you don't think that Erik Ten Hag can turn this around at all? Because Staffy thinks so.
I didn't say that. I actually said I don't think we can. I actually said the opposite. I said we can't turn it around. I said I don't want to trust them again because they let me down too many times. I said
but you said that the manager should be able. But you said I don't want to trust them because they let me down too many times. You put a caveat in there. You know what I mean? You put, but they let me too many. But you, in your heart, inside, deep inside your heart, you believe that it can happen.
Let me rephrase, because Mo Genda has to Mo Genda sometimes. I said I want to, But do I think we're going to do anything like that? No. Is the football going to get better? When you look at the levels that we've played, it's pretty low. The bar is already really, really low. So anything better than that, it's very easy to achieve. That's why I'm saying, coming back from the international break, especially when we get a couple of players back, do I think we'll play better football? Absolutely. Do I think we can go on a run? Yes. Is it going to reflect into anything major? No. I don't think we're going to reach a point like we did last season where we were like about 5 points behind City and everyone thought we might contend. That's not going to happen. Are we going to get better? Yes, but that doesn't take me anything major. So turning it around, it depends on how you look at what turning around means.
Not say you think Man United are going to be in a better place than Chelsea comes January or December?
I said I want to think that, but I'm not sure. I said it's going to depend on...
I misheard that I want.
Remember I talked about...
You're a Man United fan, you have to want. I'm asking your opinion. I'm asking your opinion. Who do you think is going to be better? See, I want Inter to win everything. Do I think we'll win everything? I want to think that, but that's not reality.
You know what acted like I didn't talk about everything in detail. Sorry, Monts, I'm gonna let you go in a second. But I said it really depends on the run that they go on. I was like, if they go into that run and they pick up decent points, it's gonna make them a stronger team, and then they're gonna grow in that little period when they play all these teams back to back. And if they come out with decent points, yes, they'll have a better season than us. But if they go in and they get slapped, I don't think that's going to reflect well on them. If they get slapped in these 8 games, they pick up minimal points, and we start a run, then there you go. So it's really going to come down to that. I can't believe I have to say this again.
For me, I look at Manchester United and they have more game winners than Chelsea. I think Chelsea are very toothless going forward. And I don't really see where the goals come from too often. But if you look at Chelsea, I think they've only actually conceded 7 goals this season. So they've still managed to maintain a reasonable defensive record, even though they consistently drop points. But it's more a lack of going forward. So if I'm taking my Liverpool hat off, I'll probably lean on Chelsea's side. I just think Manchester United right now, there's so much going on with the club that's not right from top to bottom. And for me, Ten Hag needs to get his head out of his arse. You know what I'm saying? The snazzy comments, the Sancho situation, poor man management. The favoritism, poor management. He hasn't been able to establish a set style of play. I'm telling you, I called it. I said, once Rashford's goals dry up, I don't.
You said it last year, honestly. You said it many times to me. You said it last year. You said if it dries out, you're in big trouble.
And what did Cass
People didn't believe you. People didn't believe you.
Guess what, Monts? I don't care. You know when Cass, I don't care with his little headphones. That's what Cass used to say to me when I say that. And now look, I even caught
I didn't even believe you, Monts. I didn't believe you for one reason. Because they created a lot of chances at home. They defended very well. So I thought it's not supposed to be that hard for a manager like Ten Hag. I'm sorry. To just translate a little bit of that to the away form. Now both home form and away form got bad.
Yeah, both is bad. So and you gotta look at and you gotta look at the players and the confidence and the tactics. And I understand Manchester United have injuries, and I understand Chelsea have injuries. So I'm not looking at it just in complete black and white. But what I will say is the difference to me is the foundation. So if Chelsea take out Mudryk and put in Sterling, they both at least know what to do for the system, you know. And if you look at Rashford and Garnacho, if you start Rashford's going to play Rashford's game. If you play Garnacho's going to play Garnacho's game. Forget the system. These guys are going to play their game. Bruno is going to play the same right centre mid, right wing, Cam. You're going to just get Bruno doing Bruno. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Casemiro
Everyone is in a different island. Everyone is different game. It's a different football match. I said that last game when they were playing Brentford. I felt like Ten Hag wanted something, Bruno doing something else, and Rashford's doing something third. Away from all of them. He's by him. You know when Rashford was on the pitch, Man United had 2 shots. When Garnacho came on in minute 64 or something, they had 8 more shots. That tells you that Rashford doesn't work for the team. Bruno Fernandes has his own game. But anyway, Man United, people keep telling me that it's going to turn around, that they believe in the manager. Listen, Jurgen Klopp turned around last year. But are we comparing Jurgen Klopp to Erik ten Hag? Is that what we're doing now?
Well, Mo, like I said earlier, It starts from the top down. The ethos, the mindset starts with the manager. And if what y'all have described to me, what I've been listening to, it sounds like parents who don't know how to control their kids at home. You got one kid doing this, one kid. You need all of them to. If you run a tight ship, or if you run a respectable ship, everyone's going to listen to you regardless if they believe in it or not. That's what you can get. And that's why, when going back to your original question, Mo, why I guess I would put more stock in Chelsea finishing higher above United at this moment in time, because I just feel like Ten Hag, you know, when you're on the ranch, I don't know, any of y'all grew up on a farm, you probably didn't, but those of you that did, if you know, I know. But the thing is, when you're herding sheep, you have to have control of the mass. And once you lose control of the mass, you let one go this way. Now that's two going this way, and now two going that way. And then you start splitting up. You lose control very, very quickly. And that's just a ranch. You're a plumber. One small leak can become a huge leak like that before you even know it. This Sancho deal, the lack of respect that I think Ten Hag commands, or doesn't command, I think that's what's hurting him at this point. Now, I think with Pochettino, he's in a better situation. He's got a bunch of new faces, young faces, and they're all looking at him for the answers. Whereas I think with United, all the players are looking at each other and themselves to figure out the answers, whereas they don't. This is just my assumption. Again, as a rival, like how it looks to me, I just don't. I worry about Ten Hag's been there a long.
Analogy ever, bro. Like, this is Texas at its best, bro.
I want to say something real quick. I want to say quickly about something.
Texan, bro.
Who Sam said earlier. He said, "Who is this Billy Ray Cyrus in it?" And then earlier he directed a comment saying, "Jacob." Which one is it? Am I Billy Ray Cyrus or am I Jacob? You're just as inconsistent as Joel Matip's right boot, but that's neither here nor there.
Hey.
Sorry.
I look at Monts. I was like, "Yo, we actually have a Liverpool guy with us." Don't say that.
Sorry, I was off cover earlier before you got here, Monts. I was just shooting strays, man. You know, when you're at the top and you're just looking down, you spraying, you don't know who's gonna catch one. But
That's the. Hey, I say no more. That's the right.
I'm just saying. Hey, when I pull out the yapper, I'm just saying. When I look down, everyone's down there. When I look up, all I see is blue sky.
Okay, you know what? Usually I have the clapbacks ready in it, but because it's been so long since you've been top of the league, big you up.
That's what I'm saying, bro. In 2 weeks, things can change.
It's one of them ones.
Bro,
Like,
I think actually Spurs are going to stay top of the league for 5 coming weeks.
Listen, I said I want to go on loan to Spurs game week 2 when we lost to them, and people laughed at me. They were like, "Oh,
anyway,
Staffy, why would you say that?" And then
let's switch it up to the real title contenders then.
Højbjerg for the next 5 weeks, for the next 3 weeks, though.
No, Højbjerg for 1 week.
No. It's Højbjerg for 1 week. As long as Bissouma stays clean for Palace, he'll be okay for Chelsea.
No. It's 2 because he got the yellow card ban.
No.
It doesn't.
So what happens, Monts, is he was on warning with 4. And then he picked up that yellow first, so then he was going to be suspended for Fulham. He picked up the second, so what happens is this second gets moved here, and then he's suspended for Fulham. And then these 4 carry over for Palace. So now he's on caution for Palace when he comes back, and if he picks up a yellow there, then he misses Chelsea.
Yeah, the red card wipes out the yellow, so he's still on 4 yellow.
That's the one. So he's basically, he's still on tag. He can't leave his yard. That's the one.
He's on house arrest. You just gotta be careful.
Listen, bro. Listen. Let's guys. It's about 250 of you here. Can we get the likes at least to 200, guys? The like button is very important. I don't know why people are not hitting the freaking like button. It's a free content, right? Late at night, hit that like button, guys. The like button look like this. Get us over 250 people. We're almost at 250 people watching. Come on, hit that like button underneath your live chat. If you're on your phone, close the live chat, hit that like button, and come back chat with us. Also, the link of everybody is in the description. Monts, Biggs, Expense. It's a link. You click on it, you go subscribe, Staffy TV, and of course, United Spurs of America is there. But the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Give me to 1,500 or something. I don't know how many people left to get to 1,400 or 1,350. But yeah, just do that. Let's move on to the real title contenders. We have Monts here, Liverpool. Do you consider Liverpool a title contender now at the moment?
Do you know what? I want to say yes, but you see, not having a 6, you can't win a league without a 6. You just can't. And I feel like we have everything within a decent abundance without a 6. You know, I feel like that's the missing piece. I feel like if we can hang in if we can contend in and around till January, and we go and sign a 6, don't know who, don't give me the Andre guy that we was linked to. If we go and sign a capable 6 who can function in Liverpool's system successfully, and Liverpool are in and amongst the top 3 within reach by the January window, then Liverpool can contend for the title. I think we have enough to outscore most teams in the Premier League. My issue is inconsistencies within that midfield area. It's always going to be like, and you lot can say I'm sitting on the fence, but like, if I promise you, if we actually signed even a 6, and obviously not Endo, but if we signed a 6 that was actually like capable, you know, just functional, I promise you, I'd be saying we're going for this title. Everyone else, Tottenham and Arsenal, I reckon they don't scare me. You know what I'm saying? City, maybe someone just
you concede
someone
more
remove
chances
Rodri
than
from their
Spurs,
team.
right?
I don't scare them either without Rodri. They don't scare me either. But I think the way the Premier League, I think the very Premier League is going to be very tight from 1st to 5th. I believe it's going to be very tight over the next 5 weeks. So I think it just depends on fitness and who can keep their players fit. I think Tottenham, for me, as good as they are, they have to keep their players fit more so than any of the other teams, any of the other top 6, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
I was saying, I look at Liverpool and I feel like the way Liverpool are going to win games is by outscoring teams, but that's not sustainable.
Shootout every game, every game is shootout.
Yeah, but it's not sustainable though. If we're talking
100%.
going the full length for the season, it's not sustainable. So if we're talking about getting back to the old Liverpool, or at least with Arsenal and City right up there, then I'm gonna need to see a 6. I'm gonna need to see a 6. Don't give me Fabinho. He's a training cone. Don't give me Fabinho.
No, not Fabinho. Fabinho.
Fabinho is Casemiro right now. That's Casemiro. That's what he is right now. Amrabat needs to be starting.
You know who I think you should get in January and spend a lot of money, even if it's tons? Joao Palhinha. Yeah, you go offer 70, 80 million to 80 million in January, because it makes you right away up there, like right away. Because what I saw against Brighton, you only needed someone to stop them going through the middle. Done. Game over. Yeah. You win that game.
No, I've been screaming for Joao Palhinha since the start of the window. I think I've done about 50 streams on why we should sign him. And when I first mentioned it, everyone was like, "Oh, Monts, what are you talking about? Caicedo's on the market. Lavia's on the market. This person's on the market. Monts, why would you say that?" And then all of a sudden, oh, Bayern interested in Palhinha. Oh, Monts, you know what? You might have a point about Palhinha. No, wait. So now that Bayern want him, it's viable now. It's reasonable. It don't make no sense, bro. I'm saying.
Palhinha, I said today, Monts, every genius at some point was looked like he was crazy. And you probably went through that because you're talking about Palhinha and people were saying basically you're crazy. And now you look like the genius when Bayern went in for him.
But Steph, you know what it is? It was more because I said I'd rather Palhinha than Caicedo and Lavia. So the other guys we were linked with, I said I'd rather him than them. No, I said it straight. I like my DMs experienced, bald and experienced. I know Palhinha's not bald, but more time, my DM needs to have 0 hair, bald and lanky, and you get it, sharp elbows, built like Fabinho. You know what I'm saying? Them type.
Is he flirting with Amrabat? Is that what he's saying? Because I'm sensing.
I would have loved Amrabat.
Amrabat would have solved. I would have loved. Listen, McAllister isn't a DM, and it's very obvious to anybody.
Yeah.
But he's struggling. Endo isn't great, so he can't do the job. So he's playing McAllister, assuming that it's gonna work.
I think Gravenberch suited United more, and Amrabat suited us more. That's the way I generally looked at it to begin with. I thought
I feel sorry for Gravenberch if you linked him to United. I feel sorry. Like no,
Gravenberch was linked to United. He was linked to United.
He was linked to United, yeah.
He was. And yeah, but it wasn't even a we hijacked thing, but he was also linked to United as well. But I'm saying that with Palhinha, I said he was my number one. He's so good. He how about this? Fulham, what were Fulham doing before Palhinha came back into the squad after his whole Bayern move messed
Relegation
up?
contenders.
They were horrible. Palhinha comes back ahead of schedule with a bust shoulder, and they give Arsenal the toughest game all season. There's no coincidence there. He is the midfield. Paulinho is the midfield. I'm sorry. He's that good.
Yeah, oh my God. Martin is saying the Portuguese rice. Okay.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
I think they're completely
He's
different
that good,
players.
bro.
I think they're completely different players. But so you got Jacob and Staffy's opinion here about Arsenal v Liverpool. Why do you think people are picking Arsenal over Liverpool? Just because they did it one season?
It's
You have a
easy.
managers that haven't won anything other than an FA Cup. I'm trying just to ask the right questions here because I want to get to the bottom of it. Because even Monts, as a Liverpool fan, is saying if we can, if we do, while Arsenal fans are saying no, we're up there.
They should. They should say that. How much money did they spend on Kai Havertz and Declan Rice? And they challenged last season. I mean, they bottled it. There's no other way to look at it. They bottled it absolute. They won just as much as Spurs did last year. Let's put it that way. All I'm gonna say is, you spend 105 million on an English version of Højbjerg, and you spend 60 on Kai Havertz, who doesn't even have a position. Technically, you should be challenging. You should be better. If you invest over 150 million into your squad on 2 players, you should be a lot better than the year before, in my opinion. That's just the way I see it from a purely rival standpoint. I am biased, so obviously just know that when it comes to Arsenal, I am biased. But I think that's why they feel it maybe a little bit more than Liverpool does it. Because Monts, correct me if I'm wrong. How much did Liverpool invest in the squad this offseason?
Endo was what, 15.
McAllister 35, Szoboszlai 16 million. Gravenberch 35.
Gravenberch was 35, but that does rise to 50. But I believe it's 35. So what we spent like what 180, 180.
180 on 4 players. That's not bad investment. So you should, in theory, be able to challenge, in my opinion. Looking at it from my perspective, you should be able to challenge with how good your squad is, your manager, and the investment in the squad. But again, shoulds and coulds doesn't really matter in those 90 minutes in between those lines. So in my opinion, I don't think I only bang my chest about that 2-2 at Emirates because all the Arsenal fans saying we're going to win the league this year. You're going to win the league, but you can't even beat Spurs at home. How Spursy is that? I just think it's there's a lot of easy choices to make here as Spurs fans and rival fans looking at other clubs. And that's the easy choice. But when you really deep it and you look into it, like Liverpool should contend. Arsenal should contend. City should win it. I mean, these are shoulds.
I don't.
Sorry, 145.4 million to be exact.
For 4 players.
4 players. And
then Arsenal spent 160, 170.
Well, how about that? They spent nearly most of what we spent on one player.
That's the part you should, man.
I'm not gonna hate on that because Rice for me has reinvested every single penny since he stepped into the club. So I'm not gonna hate on Arsenal fans for that. What I also say is that we also put in a monstrous bid for Caicedo. So it's not that Liverpool weren't willing to spend the money either. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna hate on that. It's just that we went from bidding for Caicedo to them spending 50 million on Endo.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, for me, I think actually Liverpool are. I don't know. Like, to be honest, it's not based on facts. It's not based on anything. It's just based on a feeling. I just have this feeling that Liverpool will be closer to Man City. I know it's not a hate on Arsenal. Arsenal look great and everything. I'm just scared of a Saliba injury or an Odegaard injury. That's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of that because I saw that, to be honest, the defense, as good as Gabriel is, Zinchenko, Ben White, we saw what they are without William Saliba. Yeah. Liverpool might be able to, but Liverpool don't rely on their defense. Arsenal at the moment are 7th in terms of goals scored, but they look absolutely fantastic defensively. Liverpool look terrible defensively in terms of like chances created. They're conceded. They're less than Spurs, but they score goals. Arsenal don't. So I'm thinking that Arsenal's strength is the defense. So I'm just afraid that Saliba, if he gets injured or something, it'll be a long thing for them. Because it's irreplaceable though.
We've conceded 9 goals in the Premier League, and Arsenal have conceded 6 goals in the Premier League. So their defense is good. It has been very good.
It's not only about the goals. It's about the chances.
I understand obviously your chances created as well. For me, I think that with Arsenal's defense, I also think that teams have been wasteful and teams have been clinical in different situations. So I look at that Nathan Ake chance at the start of the Arsenal game. Yeah, I look at that chance, and that is a criminal miss. People aren't really talking about the Ake miss at the start of the game because it happened at the start of the game. You know, I understand. I gave Arsenal their full credit for breaking the curse. This seems to be the season of curses being broken. As I said, Tottenham got the win over Liverpool, which happened since 2017. Haven't got a result for Liverpool home and away. Since 2015 was the last time Arsenal got a win against Manchester City. I believe Tottenham never get a result. They never even get a draw at the Emirates. They managed to get their draw. You know what I'm saying? Crystal Palace beat Man U at you know what I'm saying? This is just a curse. All the curses are getting broken this season. But my point is that when I look at the Arsenal win, for me, I understand it was a very complex chess game, but Arsenal didn't boss City the way everyone makes it out to be. I generally believe that both teams are very evenly matched, and fine margins. You don't shoot, you don't score. That was what it came down to. Everyone talks about how immense Saliba was all game. Ruben Diaz was the same. Didn't put a foot wrong. But because the ball hit Diaz in the face and they lost the game, no one will speak about Ruben Diaz's performance. No one will speak about it. No one will speak about it. I promise you that game was...
Yeah, but Diaz was marking Nketiah and Saliba had Haaland.
And I understand.
So you can't compare both.
But Mo,
unless you think both players are the same.
No, I don't. Mo, I think Pocket and Haaland is a very good feat. Now, Saliba for me is one of the best defenders in the league already. Yeah. I think the Pocket and Haaland thing is being overhyped. I've seen Joe Gomes pocket Haaland. I've seen Luke Shaw pocket Haaland. At centre back. Staffy, am I wrong? I've seen Luke
Shaw pocketed Haaland last season
at left centre back, bro. At left centre back, bro.
He did.
Joe Gomes.
I'm gonna let that chat respond to you, not me.
He's not lying, bro. It's a Liverpool fan saying.
Bro, go and look. Go and look. Fair enough. I feel like obviously that was the game where the madness happened with the offside, but fair enough. But Haaland still
that has nothing to do with Haaland.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. And you can say I sound crazy, bro, but other men have pocketed Haaland.
You do sound kind of crazy.
Bro, Joseph Gomez. I'm not even Joe Gomez. Joseph Gomez. Yeah. Matoma's sighting. I don't even want to say that too much, but yeah, Joseph Gomez, bro, pocketed Haaland. The same game that Salah sent Cancelo to the Bundesliga. Yeah. Joseph Gomez pocketed a better Haaland. Like, was this not?
Here you go. This is an unbiased panel, a pool, United and Spurs fans.
Oh, they're Arsenal fan, yeah.
No, but I try to be objective on the channel. And I have other shows, but I try to be. I know that Monts is not coming from a biased opinion. He's just
complimented him.
He's really that deluded. Like he believes it with his own, he's actually he believes it really.
Let me land. I'm just saying. I didn't say Saliba. I still think Saliba was one of the best centre backs in the league. I'm not denying that. I'm saying the hype of what he did to Haaland for me is being put on a pedestal when I've seen other defenders do that with a more informed Haaland with a KDB in the midfield. You know what I'm saying? Wait, am I lying? What part am I lying? Where Luke Shaw has pocketed Haaland, bro? Where's the lie?
It's a truth, bro.
I mean, I don't know if that's something I go banging my chest or like flying a flag over my house about, because so is Eric Dyer, so is Romero.
That's what they're doing, though.
Even more.
Well, what's that, Fee? What'd you say?
I said you just proved his point even more, because you're talking about Dyer doing the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, did Haaland score when he came to Tottenham Hotspur last season? No, he did not.
But there you go.
We were shit. We conceded a record amount of goals.
Slander on Haaland that he's an average footballer against the top team.
He's not. I'm saying Haaland is an unbelievable footballer. The best goal scorer of the world.
Sorry, Monts. Sorry to cut you off. If he gets pocketed by Shaw, Gomes, Eric Dyer, he's an average footballer.
He's not an average. No, because
he's pretty much average.
Because you can't score it.
He's an average. Monts. If all of these people can pocket it, the guy has been in the Premier League for one season. This is his second season. Logic says if he gets pocketed by all these people, he's an average footballer. He only shines against smaller teams. That's the logic.
No, because his goal record is evident that that's not the case.
The loss of Kevin De Bruyne as well and Rodri's.
Yeah, that's not a shade on Haaland. I'm saying that the hype of what Saliba had done to Haaland is, for me, an overhype. It's an over exaggeration because, for example, I've seen Haaland stink up the gaff against Manchester United. He stunk up the gaff at Anfield last season when we beat them 1-0. Spurs, there's a Spurs game in there where I don't even remember that one, but if Dyer had a good game, then fair enough. Like, it has happened and it can happen, but again, I just feel like the overhype is crazy. It's crazy to me. I'm hearing man come out with some foolishness saying Arsenal bossed Manchester City. The game was a very cagey game where I think Arteta made the right substitutions, and that's what it came down to. And credit for that. Do you know what I'm saying? I still believe Arsenal. I believe Arsenal finish above Liverpool. That's what I think. But I'm not going to stand here and say that Pocket and Haaland makes you the best defender in the league.
Okay, so you think Arsenal are better. So the answer to the question is you think Arsenal are closer to Man City.
Of course,
okay, so the last thing I'm going to ask the panel, the last thing before Staffy has to go because he streamed. Guys, stay on the stream. It will take you to Staffy TV. He has a surprise for you. Stay on this. The last question is, can anybody win the league? Or it's just going to be a challenge?
Of course.
It's a yes or no question.
100%. I see that City proved, listen, they're still the favorites in my opinion, but they proved that with their lack of, I wouldn't say lack of depth, their depth is just not as good as it used to be. I mean, having Doku is good, but I'd rather have Mahrez. Having Nunes, okay, you might say it's not that good, or Kovacic, but having Gundogan is better. They have less depth, I should say. So we are already seen with one Rodri red card, they already dropped 6 points. What happens if he misses a game down to a knock again, or he picks up another red card, or sometimes shit happens, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So now every time he's out, I'm going to be like, yo, are they losing 3 points? How long he's out for? Okay, 3 games. Are they losing all 9 points? Are they losing 6 points? They're just losing 3 points. It's a conversation to have. You know, do I think anyone's going to win the league by 90 plus points? I really don't think so. And the less I think teams can get points, it gives more people a chance to kind of finish up there with them. So if this league ends in a 3-horse race or a 4-horse race, I wouldn't be surprised, because I don't think anyone's gonna do what City did in the last few years, which is get 90 plus points and finish the league, you know, on game week 35 or 36 like they usually do. No, I think they're gonna go all the way, and it's gonna be less points than usual. So the answer is yes, but you know, City are still my favorites.
Monts, genuinely, do we need another winner for this league?
Well, last 5 years, how many winners have there been? 2. You know what I'm saying? I've been lucky enough to be one of them. You know, City's preseason pretty much lasts until February. So I'm not really going to crash I banter City a lot in it. But I banter them because I don't get much chance to banter them. It's one of them ones. You gotta kick a dog you gotta kick him when it's down, because they ain't down. They ain't really down that much. You know what I'm saying? That's why City fans are so That's why City fans are so sensitive, because they don't know what pain feels like. They've forgotten what pain feels like. So you see, when they lose in it. So we're all used to losing. Now, not all the time. I'm not saying we're all serial losers. We win in our own different ways, but 3 of us do. But I'm saying, you know, my point is that. Hey, that was for the Matip comment. That was for the Matip comment. That was for the Matip.
That's okay. It's okay. I like it.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel
got a hell of a boot on that guy. Oh, you might have a secret striker there.
I still think City will win the league, but I think Arsenal can give them a decent run. I think Arsenal need to score more goals, though. I think they need to get their goal scoring boots on if they do want to challenge City a bit more. But for now, they're ahead of them, and Man City are the ones who have to gain ground. And I think Liverpool will be there, but again, not as sustainable. I think those will be the top 3 for me.
Yeah, Jacob.
I know everyone in the chat ain't gonna like this. Arsenal going to finish 4th this year. That's what's happening. It's happening.
You serious, or you're just because?
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
Why do you think that then?
I just don't think they're good. I don't think they're as good as last season. I think last season they were on this charge of we can actually do this, and the fall off the cliff can be pretty hard, and then you start changing things around in your core group. I don't know, man. I know Rice, he had a great game last game, but again, I don't buy into the Rice hype. I don't know. Maybe I don't know ball. Maybe that's my problem because I don't watch enough Rice. I just don't buy into the Rice hype personally.
You're an American, bro. You
Yeah, that's
definitely
right. I'm
don't-
American. I
You
need to stick to
definitely don't
baseball.
know football.
Yeah, I need to
Guys,
stick to baseball.
Stuff is gonna go, guys. Stay
I'm
on the
gonna
channel.
go-
It's gonna take you to his stream, but Stuffy has to go. But yeah, it will go.
Yeah, I was
Stuffy.
just gonna say I gotta go, guys. Stay on the stream. Mo is gonna redirect to me anyways. For everyone who's been asking me about pro clubs, the guys are actually waiting for me. So we're going to pro clubs. Jacob couldn't join us because he's on that PS4 still. So if he upgrades, maybe we'll
Bro,
add
I don't
him
know
to
why
the
you. I
group.
gotta catch a stray about my game console
PS4.
now.
By taking care of the family,
I'm
you know,
still
and
on
not
PS4
going
and I
for a
play Pro Clubs as
PS5.
well, and I'm still on PS4. Don't worry, Jake.
Because
Thank you,
people
Monts.
ask, they're like, "Yo, can you add Jacob? He's cool." I'm like, "Bro, it's not my fault. He doesn't have a PS5 yet." So maybe we'll start a GoFundMe and we'll get Jacob a PS5. So
Bro,
we can have
this
a-
is like the
What
sixth
the actual fuck?
this is like the sixth person to say that I should start a GoFundMe for the PlayStation 5.
Bro, I'll start it for you. If people send super chats, I'll use that super chat. Use these super chats for a PS5. But big up Mo, big up Jacob and Monts. Big up first time meeting you. I'm sure it won't be the last time. Really great show, guys. Make sure you smash that like button on your way out. And as Mo said, anyways, don't go anywhere. Just stay here. If you want to come watch, Pro Clubs is going to take you there anyways. And big up for having me, bro. I'll see you next time.
Stuffy.
Big
We'll
up,
see you next
Staffy.
time. Yeah. But so, guys, there is about
Can
250 people here. Come on, can we get to 200 likes? People, hit that like button for me. The like button is free. Doesn't cost you a penny, but it helps the channel massively underneath your live chat. And if you're on your phone, close that live chat, hit that like button, and also make sure to check out the description. The channel of these guys are links, and they aren't just it's a click. It's a one click. You don't have to copy paste. You're gonna click on United Spurs of America. You're gonna click on Big Sixpence. What are you on? Like almost 8K now. Almost
Me?
8. Yeah.
No, 6.7. Just hit 6.7.
So
last week.
7,000 is going on. And
7.
Jacob, you're still on. How many are you on now?
Approaching 3K, on the road to 3K.
Yeah. Give the guys a subscribe, but make sure to like this video also. So I don't want to dwell for long. You really think that it was a blip last year, like you and all the?
I don't think it was a blip. I think it was a stepping stone that they're finally doing and they're trusting this process. I just don't rate Arteta personally. I think he did a great job with the substitutions versus City because that was ultimately the final impact on that match. But I just think that I just don't see it. And maybe it's maybe I can't release my bias away from the situation. But when I try my hardest, Mo, and I trying hard here to not be biased, I just looking at them every time I watch, I'm like, bro, y'all barely got away with this result. You're supposed to be title contenders. You drop 150 mil on 2 different players. One of them doesn't even start every match. And then and then you can't beat us, who we're so shit. Ainge is so shit. Spurs ain't gonna do nothing, but you can't beat us in your own home. You let me come to your home, eat your snacks, your lunch that you're about to take for work tomorrow. I ate that too. Took a shit in your toilet, didn't flush, and what are we talking about? That they're these title contenders, but they can't beat Spurs at home, and we're so bad. I just don't understand it, Mo. It's just this constant, like, one side of the pancake don't match the other side. And I'm just saying, cook both sides evenly, my friend.
I actually believe that Arsenal and Liverpool will challenge City. I don't know if anybody can win against City. I like to believe that someone else will win it. Maybe Liverpool, maybe Arsenal. I want Arsenal to win it just for a change of scenery. But we'll see. I think we'll see. But anyway, listen, guys, this is it for us. Thank you, everybody, for saying this is the longest stream I've done on this channel, by the way. I'm on the way to 1.5K or 1.4K or whatever you want to call it. Make sure to subscribe. Hit that like button for us before you go. Thank you, Monts, for joining. Late, but always great. Thank you so much for joining us. And Jacob, of course, thank you for being here with me. Appreciate you, buddy.
Absolutely.
Guys, make sure to check the guys in the description, the channel. I'm going to say it again. You go subscribe. Stay on this one, and it's going to take you. And tomorrow at 5:30 UK time, I got me, Dan Potts. We're doing a one-on-one stream. We'll assist Arsenal. We'll assist the other guys as well. Myself and Dan Potts tomorrow at 5:30 UK time. So, guys, thank you so much for joining. And hopefully we'll see you guys soon. And we're out. Thank you.
And Ainge we trust. Had to squeeze